And I have double great in my head as we head, I said head twice, as we head into episode 9. And that difficulty of delivering from A to B is obviously an allegory or a comparison to the pipeline business. Oh, that's why I so wish this was on for another episode, or at least a movie. It's like, come on, Amazon. You already pissed me off with commercials, and you had to cancel one of my favorite shows. Damn you. Damn it. This is February of 17, if they're going by accurate history, there's unfortunately a new president at that point, and he's only been there a month. And this episode is called, speaking of politicians, not the best vice president. This is named after Dick Cheney, because I believe that's when Leslie gets shot in the face, and then things go on a downturn from there. I remember this being a really good interview, like just the acting and the writing. And this is where he's kind of telling the truth, and he's using that in the battle between John and Agatha. And he has to come up with this intricate lie about the integral principles. It's like you're trying to think, how does he get out of this? And this is where, all that training comes in, and how he just has to think, 10 steps ahead. And he almost screwed that up. And I wonder if she noticed that. This is where a good lie has an element of truth, and he's bringing elements of his own life into the lie. Just what a title. It's like one of the few smiles from John in this show. Such a great old building. Such a cool structure. Especially that big door. And the little door within the big door. And it's a low-speed chase, but it's very suspenseful and very tense, so it doesn't have to be, 1,000 miles an hour all the time. It's like an intense chase in a library, like in a technical library, and how they keep missing each other. I know I've said this before, but I have a framed picture of the book cover of the Integral Principles of Instructional Dynamics of Flow in my apartment. And Leslie takes out his own book. And the handwriting on the library, on that takeout card, that's like old school, is the same handwriting he used with his left hand. It's very much planned by John. And it's like, oh no, the name Alice Taylor, which Agatha would know, and it's just the timing. And the show ended, and I realized Alice had left. Before we realized Agatha's arc, and I wonder if we would have found out about the meaning of the tattoos that she had. And her arc takes a turn as well, especially in season 2. It's like all these little moments where she would have sent that email, and it just would have been over. Then it would have been a very short show. And I'm trying to remember. I don't know if Alice told Agatha her name. Obviously not. Or if she used a different name. And then the time jumped to 2017.
My dad's visiting. I brought him along. I haven't seen him in a while. He's been away. At sea.
Now, Tom, I believe, was a congressman, and his son, Cool Rick, was his successor. So I guess people aren't that politically aware, but I guess you may not know a congressman if they're not in your district,
We're going to have some fun over this weekend. S'mores,
Or they're just not Googling.
Talent show.
Then again, this was like 2012, I think this took place, but still.
All the way.
Again, it would be a short show.
McMillan, except for Lakeman, who's...
Oh. Just singling Lakeman out.
The fucking court now.
I wonder if this can't be accurate tugboat language.
Yeah.
Maybe it is, I don't know. Like, these conversations are framed so ordinarily, but they're so funny. That's probably what makes them funny. card tricks to try to calm himself down.
I think so.
Just like a callback. And John has to be really, really mean to save his own life.
You have kids, Leslie?
Really, really mean in so many ways. Including,
Boy, girl?
you know, pushing Steven in front of a truck. They just keep saying each other's names.
Kid. You'd be glad to know him, Leslie,
And I believe in Perpetual Grace Limited, these same two actors playing different characters also said their names.
Well,
It's like this show just gives these actors and the characters so much space to just talk. And it's so riveting. Very sweet, quiet moment.
You're a jerk, John.
Then right into Birdbath calling John a jerk
Could have done it then.
for not killing him. Oh, just incredible acting by Kurtwood Smith. Just that look. I mean, incredible acting all around, but wow. And all throughout that touching conversation, Tom was just
share thoughts.
obviously getting information.
Private thoughts.
Steven says bad things about all you guys all the time. He says really bad stuff.
It's terrible. But you're rooting for John because you want him to survive. So it's like kind of holding those conflicting feelings at once. And there's that wedge. Ugh. Terrible. And you can just see on John's face just how terrible he feels. And I wonder if this talent show is just all improv. But a very short talent show for the show.
I like you.
And like Tom is saying, it's just Leslie doesn't know the real John and what John is doing and has to do. All right, that was a very short one, and it is not in proportion with the amount of time. It's a very short episode for a long amount of time that I release these. So anyway, hopefully that'll change. Hopefully I'll start to release these at a better frequency, but obviously life gets in the way. So thanks for listening, like and subscribe. I don't even know anymore. Anywhere you want. Go to indivisible.org to state what you're for as far as politics. I'm very much a Democrat and very much a lefty, both in my handwriting and my politics. So use that to not only say what you were for, but fight against Trump and his fascist regime. Can't even get the fucking words out. So go do that and take care of each other. All right, take care. Bye.